What's up YouTube, 496 Chevy coming at you with a video today. The name of this video is going to be called How I Was Screwed Over by the People Who Did My System. Now, for some of y'all who know, I'm taking the system out because of a certain problem that's wrong with my truck. But I'm going to start off with the small things. And this kind of relates back to how Jonathan Price's system was done. How it was little things that would have took just a little bit more time, it probably would have been done right. But I'm going to go ahead and show a couple of things, what was, now that a lot of stuff's poured out my truck, what small things caused my whole system to go downhill. As y'all can see, right here is my door that I had to take the door panel off. This isn't a video that was made back whenever I got this truck back. This is actually the video, this is today, which is, as y'all can see, Sunday, May the 13th, Mother's Day. I'm working on the truck because it started making an awfully loud noise. Anyways, this is the work that they did on the back door panel. As y'all can see, there's electrical tape wrapped all around. Nothing that's not even supposed to have electrical tape wrapped around it. Right here. I have no idea why this tape is wrapped around right here. It's wrapped around a piece of metal. But as you can see, these prongs down here are all bent. They're not even straight. And whenever I have to plug my wires into them, this top speaker doesn't even work. No sound whatsoever comes out of it, no matter what you have it hooked to. So either the sub is fried or something's not hooked up right. This speaker works. It's quantum audio, but these prongs on here are messed up too, and whenever you plug in a wire to them, it's like makes a shorting out noise, like a screaming noise. Now they have electrical tape wrapped all around this one too, and I have looked it up, and I believe one of the main reasons why there's electrical tape wrapped around it is because I believe that it was hidden right here on the inside, and it was grounded out, making an awfully loud noise that they do. And I believe that's why it was causing it to ground out, so they just went ahead and threw that on there and went from there. These wires was what they had hooked up to the door speakers. As y'all can see, I had to put electrical tape around them because when I hooked them up to the speaker, it started making an awfully loud noise. Okay. This was the original speaker wire that was hooked to the aftermarket door speakers before I even took it to get done. I don't know if they're hooked up or not, but instead of them putting electrical tape or something around them to where they wouldn't still be live or whatever, they were just thrown back inside my door like that. Let's see. This is my door where the piece goes on. Right here, like you know when the door panel's on. And as y'all can see right here, the clips were broken off of the door whenever it was put back on from them. So any little bump that I make on the truck, the handle pops up, bounces around, and sometimes it'll get stuck like this because there's no clips for it to go back in, or sometimes it'll be sitting up like this because there's no clips on the back side. It was forced and jammed back down in there. On to my next thing. Don't know if y'all can see this or not, but back here they put bolts. No, y'all not gonna be able to see it. They put bolts through the back of my box that actually went through the back of my truck. Okay, and right here where they painted the box or whatever, as y'all can see, this isn't tint. Y'all can hear that. That's either black paint where they sprayed the box, or it's fiberglass. It's all over my panels in my truck where they didn't tape it off or anything when they sprayed. They just free sprayed all inside my truck, which I remember there being a little bit on my dash and stuff when I got my truck back, and I had to wipe it down with a lacquer thinner to get it off. Whenever they paneled off my truck, it was paneled from here down, but back here was all open, and there was a big gap right here where there was air still going back here behind my box, so it was never actually sealed off to the back. I mean, it was never sealed off to the front. It was still open air that went all through the truck. But anyways, on this side, the same speakers are in each door. I've already taken this door panel off, and if y'all can kind of see, let's see if I can get a good angle of it. Okay, right here, this speaker that y'all see is a 6.5 or a 5 1/4. I think this might be a 6.5. This is a mid-bass driver, and this is just for the highs. The high speaker does not work on this side or the other side. No matter if you take the speaker wire off this speaker and plug it into this one, these two subs, these two high speakers do not work at all. This one, these are just here for looks. They've never worked. When I first got the truck back, I tried to hook them up, try to rewire them, and they never worked at all. They were just put there for looks. This, even when it was all hooked up, this wasn't hidden or anything. This was just all thrown in a pile like that. Actually, let me be a little bit nicer about it. They were sitting up about that high, sitting on top of my battery. I have pictures of it and everything for whenever it was done. Okay, maybe I might be able to see a little bit better right here. If y'all can see that hole right there, that's actually the hole that my speaker box was actually drilled through. There was a bolt that went through the back of the box and went through the back of my wall. Let me move my seat up. Let me get my phone. Shine a little light up inside the box so that y'all can see the hole for proof that my box was, oh, I'm sorry, clicked the wrong thing, that my box was drilled through. Let's see if it lights up back there. Okay. Where we at? Alright. As y'all can see right there, that is where it was drilled through the back of my box into the back wall of my truck. And I've made my phone start playing some crazy crap. But anyways, while I'm trying to fix this freaking phone, alright, I hit my Pandora. Anyways, this is where they drilled through my back wall. Where now there's a big hole I can stick my hand through. And they have went all the way through it. We've actually tried to weld it right here to make it to where it was a little bit better, but the wall is so thin back there, you really can't weld it. So that being said, there's actually a hole that you are, I believe it's on right now. Well, actually you follow that, that's a crack that goes all the way down and all the way to the top of my window. There's a crack that is leaking water. Water's actually going on the inside of my truck. When I wash my truck, I actually have to put a towel back there so that the water doesn't go through the back of my wall. That back wall actually cracked right after I got the truck back. As y'all can see in here, I don't have some of the subs in here. That was because of, as soon as I got the truck back, one of the amps went out, and I sent the amp to get fixed, and the amp has now been sent off, which it doesn't matter no more because I don't even want it. Y'all can have it and you know, do whatever y'all want to do with it. Sell it, shove it up your ass, I don't care. And it was making my subs mess all up. It was causing backfeeding to my subs and was making all my subs make popping noises, so I had to take some of the subs out to make it not. Then one of the amps started doing it again, and I done quit dealing with them. So yeah, down here, as you can see, they put my highs amp on the ground. Not complaining or nothing, but you know, it's kind of just, you know, I don't know, I just kind of threw it there or whatever. Let's see, I'm not trying to find anything else to, you know, bag on them about or whatever, but I am trying to figure out, oh, whenever they did my truck, they pounded it, or whatever they want to call it up here, they did this little piece of molding that went across the top so it wouldn't look like, you know, see how they didn't even staple any of this end up here, they just kind of left it kind of like that or whatever. And instead of like laying it down real nicely like that, flushing it, you know, see I'm doing my hand flushing it, they just left it sticking straight up like that to where you can just pull it down. You know, there's raw wood showing all on this side and everything. But anyways, they put this little piece of this trim across here, and within like 2 days of it being up there, because I found out they didn't even staple it in, all they did was just shove it up there and force it into my roof. It vibrated off and fell on top of my head. So yeah. Let's see. Oh. As a lot of y'all know, I had a excessive amperage alternator underneath the hood of my truck. Now I'm rocking the good old stock alternator, but actually this is a 160 alt from my rallies. I didn't know they carried that big of an alternator, so I went ahead and got me a 160. And believe it or not, I had it on here for like 3 days before, like 3 or 4 days before I took all the stuff out, and this alternator was actually keeping up more than the 280 excessive amperage alternator that I had on the truck. But anyways, I had to put that on there. Story behind that is my alternator went out and my whole truck was not charging. It wasn't charging my stock battery or anything. And I made phone calls and text messages to see if I could get my alternator sent back off or get it fixed or something. And it took them almost a week to get back at me about it. The bolt is out of that side over there because of the fact that it was ripping a hole through, but this is what they actually did. This is what the bolt looked like on the other side before the pressure of the box. And this shitty thing was actually a MDF they put back here for the rain to get to. They put a piece of MDF shot down by staples, rusty staples, to hold the batteries that were in the back of my truck. I was told that there wasn't going to be any batteries in the back of my truck. They were going to manage to fit all the batteries on the inside of my truck. I was never asked once, is it okay to drill a hole in the back of my truck or anything? So they drilled a hole all the way through the bottom of the truck. All the way underneath here. And they went through my floorboard of the truck on that side. There's the hole from the top. There's the second hole that all the speaker wire came out through. And it actually comes out right here underneath everything. Good old water slinging up through there. It's started mildewing my carpet inside the truck. And back here, the carpet's all wet from where the rain has came through here. But anyways, I just want to make this quick video for y'all who know that, you know, when you take your system and get it done somewhere, don't always expect to get, you know, treated right. Don't always expect for your stuff to come out right, no matter how much money you spend, no matter if you spend, you know, $5,000. I was told that if you spend, you know, $15,000 or $20,000, that maybe your system would actually come out decent, but that when you're dealing with the big boys in the car audio games, that, you know, that your stuff is supposed to not be absolutely right. So anyways, also, whenever you have a business, don't make a phone call and threaten somebody about if you were right in front of them, you'd punch them right in the face, because karma is a bitch, and it will come back on you. And I don't care who this video offends, but I do know that because of all these problems, I do no longer have any highs on my right side. The speakers were messing up, making so many loud noises. I don't know what's going on. I had to unplug the whole right side of my truck, so now all I have is highs on my left side. So anyways, I just want to kind of make this video to let all y'all know that now I'm rocking out with the whole left side highs and no bass. Everything is for sale. The box, the subs, all the amps are already gone. But yeah, don't always think your stuff is going to be done right just because you spend an amount of money. Do it yourself. And that's all that's got to be said about that. 496 Chevy signing out.